Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is 018 HW1 rotations. We're going to walk through the first couple of problems in the assignment, and your responsibility is to complete the rest of them. So, our first problem that we have here is to graph the image of the figure using the transformation given. Our goal is to rotate 180 degrees about the origin. So we're going to take that triangle in the bottom right hand corner, triangle FGE, and we're going to rotate it 180 degrees about the origin. Now in the upper right hand corner, in blue, is how we're going to translate each coordinate. We start off, it's xy. Xy goes to negative x, negative y. So whatever value that is in there in the x position, that, for example, let's say it's 5. When x equals 5, that means it will change into negative 5 when it gets moved 180 degrees, when it rotates at 180 degrees. If y is 7, that'll change into a negative 7. That's what the negative y does. So here's example number 1. We have our triangle. We identify our 3 coordinates in that triangle. F is 3 coordinates to the right, 1 coordinate down. G is 5 to the right, 3 down from the x-axis. And E is 0 left and right, but 5 down. That's where E is. Those are our 3 coordinates. Once we identify the coordinates, you're then going to want to find what those coordinates are when they got rotated 180 degrees. So we do x changes to negative x, so positive 3 changes to negative 3. Y changes to negative y, so negative 1 changes to positive 1, because remember these negatives mean we're going to change the sign. It doesn't mean negative, it means we're going to change the sign. G, x is 5. We're going to then change the sign of x, so it's negative 5. Y is negative 3. We're going to change the sign for y and make it positive 3. For E, x is 0. So negative x, or change the sign of 0, is still 0, because positive 0 and negative 0 are the same. Y is then negative 5, so we change the sign, we make it a positive 5. These 3 coordinates on the right hand side are our new coordinates that we need to plot. So we have negative 3, 1. So I'm going to take this orange dot, go to my origin, which is right in the middle. We go 3 to the left, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 up. That's my new F prime. My G. My G prime is negative 5, 3. So go from the origin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 up, and that's my G prime. E, or E prime right now, is 0, 5. So go 0, 0, and go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's my E prime. You then want to connect the coordinates. Just like that. Now we're going to have ourselves our prime triangle. I'm going to highlight it in orange for you. We successfully rotated triangle FEG 180 degrees, and what makes that nice little orange triangle. That's the answer to problem number 1. Next we'll move on to problem number 2. Alright, next up we have problem number 2, and our figure here is WXYV. We're going to rotate this black figure 90 degrees counterclockwise. Now the formula to do that is XY changes to negative y comma x. So we're going to change the sign of y and put that in the first position, and then x moves to that second position. So let's look at V. V is 1, 2, 3. 3 boxes to the right, 1 up. So my coordinate for V is 3, 1. My W. my W is 1, 2, 3 to the right, 2 up. Hence why it's coordinate 3, 2. Y is 4 to the right, 1 up. That's why it's 4, 1. And X is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right, 3 up. Hence why X is 5, 3. Now that we've mapped out all those coordinates, we're going to map out our new coordinates, our prime figure. And that's what we did here in orange. So, X goes to the second position, so this 3 goes into that second position. The Y, which was 1, moves to the first position, and we change the sign. So 1 turns into -1. W, 3, 2. 3 goes into the second position. 2 goes then into the first position, and we change the sign to a -2, because that's what the rule is. Y, 4, 1, turns to -1, 4. 5, 3, we move the 5 to the second position. The 3, we move it to the first position. We also change its sign. Now that we got our prime letters here, our figure is now that we need a graph is in yellow or in orange. And we got to plot it. So V prime is -1, 3. So we go to our origin. We go 1 to the left, 3 up. That's my V prime. W prime is 2 to the left, 3 up. So 2 to the left, 1, 2, 3 up. That's my V prime, W prime. Y prime is 1 to the left, 4 up. 1 to the left, 4 up. That is my Y prime. And my X prime is 3 to the left, 5 up. So 3 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. We then connect them. And after we connect them, we get our nice little figure here in orange, our prime figure. So it's W, V, Y, X prime. So W prime, V prime, Y prime, and X prime. That's our figure that we would need to find. Next up is problem number 3. Alrighty, here in problem number 3, we have a rotation of 180 degrees about the origin. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our original coordinate and we're going to change it, just like we did in problem number 1. We're going to change the sign. So let's first find the 3 original coordinates, which we have right here in black. S is 1 to the right, 4 up, hence why I wrote 1, 4. U is 3 to the right, 4 up, so U is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 up. That's where my U is. That's how I got 3, 4. My T is 4 to the right, 5 up. Hence why I got T is 4, 5. Once we get our 3 coordinates, we're going to change them now. I'm going to rotate these 3 coordinates 180 degrees about the origin. So what we do, we take our X, Y, our 2 numbers, and we change the signs of each. So +1, +4 turns into -1, -4. U is 3, 4, so that changes the U prime will be -3, -4. T, 4, 5 turns into -4, -5. Now that we got our S, U, and T primes, or S prime, U prime, and T prime, we can now plot these. I'm going to use the orange. So we have -1, -4. So that means 1 to the left, 4 down. U prime is 3 to the left, 4 down. So go to our origin, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 down. That's my U prime down here. T, well, T prime is -4, -5. So we 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 to the left, 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. Then we connect the figure. As we see here, now the figure is connected. It's in orange, and that's going to be S prime, U prime, and T prime, or S prime, U prime, T prime. That triangle, and that's our answer. We successfully rotated this black triangle up here 180 degrees about the origin. Remember, the origin is that center point where X and Y axes meet. That's the origin right there in the middle. All right, next up is problem number 4. All right, in problem number 4, we're going to rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. We have triangle DEC. We're going to rotate it counterclockwise 90 degrees. So the formula is written up here. XY changes to negative YX. I first identified my coordinates of negative 4, 0 for D. C is negative 4, 4, meaning 4 to the left, 4 down. And T is 0 left, right, and 3 down, which is E. I then took these 3 coordinates and I changed them to D prime, C prime, and T prime by taking my X value, putting that in the second slot, so negative 4, and 0. Those become now in the second slot, negative 4, 0. And my Y's, I move it to the first slot and I change the sign. So positive 0 changes to negative 0, which with 0, that's that special number where we don't need to put the signs. Negative 4 then turns to positive 4. Negative 3 turns into positive 3. Now that I got my primes, my D prime, C prime, and T prime, we then are going to plot them. So we have 0, negative 4. So 0 left, right, 4 down. That's my D prime. My C prime is 4 to the right, 4 down. So 4 to the right, 4 down. That's my C prime. And my T prime is 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3. We then connect them. Now you can see I connected all the coordinates. I highlighted them in orange, so it's a little bit easier to see. Our new guy. This orange triangle is our D prime, C prime, and T prime. That's our new triangle. Next up is problem number 5. Alright, here's problem number 5. We have a rotation of 180 degrees about the origin. At 180 degrees, you take your original XY coordinates and you just change the signs for 180 degrees. So this should say XY goes to negative X, negative Y when you change it 180 degrees. So now W. W is 2 to the right, 1 up. So when we change that, it's going to be negative 2, comma, negative 1. V is 3, 2. So it's going to be negative 3, negative 2. 4, negative 3 turns into negative 4, positive 3. So those are my 3 coordinates, W prime, V prime, and U prime. So now we're going to plot them. Negative 2, negative 1. 2 to the left, down 1. That's my W prime. My V prime is 3 to the left, 1, 2, 3. And then 2 down. And then U is 4 to the left, 3 up. 4 to the left, 3 up. We plot them. Then we're going to connect those coordinates. Now that I connected those coordinates, I highlighted there in orange. And we have our new triangle here. Our W prime, V prime, U prime triangle. And it rotated 180 degrees. And that's it. Those are the first 5 problems. It's your responsibility to complete the rest of the problems. And also submit the answers to the problems of the video that you watched. Alright, if you have any questions, please come to Extra Help. I'm available after school. Alright, have a great night.